When I say struggles, I believe that every person has faced these struggles. It's a heritage of life. When I looked at it, I said, am I watching Kapil Sharma show? Or am I really watching somebody? He is the one who addressed me as Mother Teresa.
The Kapoors of Hong Kong. You guys are the Kapoors of Hong Kong, I would say. Such a big family, and then you guys are demonstrating that this is also family. We are also family. We do have this humanity in ourselves as well.
So, remember one thing, older generation, they lived in a large family, right?
Okay.
Brothers, sisters, uncle, auntie, or even they were married, sister-in-law, mother-in-law.
Ji.
At least there'll be one person in that family who has empathy for you if
Mm.
you've gone through something. So that person holds you.
Do you think there's any ending to learning all these things?
I'm a learner.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You'll be surprised. I'm doing my PhD.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
No, no. This happens in when actors get awards.
Okay.
There's a game behind it, right? So here, if you go to see, there's no game. जिसको मिलना है, which is rightly for someone, they get it. You try and treat your helper nicely, anyone. Sometimes she will say, or even your daughter-in-law, at least she'll feel my mother-in-law is so nice to me. I should. And it's the other way around. So it's give and take. There's nothing here, nothing there, give and take. Treat people that they are humans, they have feelings. The daughter-in-law comes leaving her parents, time to adjust. One little boy who used to sweep, I would say, "Aao idhar, बैठो idhar." So I brought the blanket I put for him, and I folded my hands and thanked him for sweeping the. If y'all are not there, we would be in dirt, in the garbage. uh, I don't know whom I met.
So you connect with people. This is how it works, na ma'am. You connect with good people, and then you become positive, and then you inspire a lot
I
of other
spread.
people.
Yeah,
है ना?
yeah, yeah.
So this is beautiful, right? Hello and welcome to another episode of The Ordinary People, the Top People. Guys, today we are in talks with someone who is inspiring generations, who has told us why respect to everyone is so important, and she's a living true example of age is just a number. Let's find out more on this joyful journey on a bumpy road in this episode. See you soon. Hello and welcome to yet another episode of The Ordinary People, The Top People. I know today you will be surprised to see such a beautiful young lady sitting next to me, and you'll be wondering, ये क्या करती हैं? What does she do? And to be really honest with you, we have spent only the first time when I saw her, it was only for about 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, and then I heard after that it was about 2 hours of things listed of the list of things people have told me about her. So I was like, you know what, I want to have this lady on my show, and why is she not the first one to be on my show? But yeah, that said, मैं आपका ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लूँगा अपनी बातों में. But yes, before we begin to go into your journey, ma'am, I would like you to just tell my audience a little bit about yourself. I'm pretty sure most of the people know you already, but I would just like you to tell a little bit about yourself.
No, I'll be very delighted to share. Hi, everyone. I'm supposed to introduce myself. First of all, I would say what I do here is I sit on that chair. Besides that, I want to share my experiences. I am Poonam Metha, born in Quetta, part of Pakistan. When I was 3 years old, we all came to Mumbai, a vibrant city. I was raised in that place. I met my husband, I call him rock of my life, in school, and we married. That's another story, a long story. I've been in Hong Kong for 60 years. At the same time, I would say I'm 60 years old only. I was a cradle baby. So my profession, I'm a counselor, educationist, and an author. I penned many children's books, and the last one is a joyful journey on a bumpy road. It's memoirs of my experiences in Hong Kong and my childhood.
I just want to know that what are you doing at the moment? Because I know that you are running a foundation which is a non-profit foundation and
Right.
whatsoever. Could you just share a little bit more about that, please?
Sure. When I say struggles, I believe that every person has faced these struggles. It's a heritage of life. Ask anyone. Ups and downs are in everybody's life, but it depends how you take it. Talking about Be the Change, this is my second home. And from bottom of my heart, I would say it has given me immense, immense love here because I have students coming from different walks of life, Muslims, Nepalis, Sri Lankans, Chinese.
Beautiful. Ma'am, okay. So before you even start doing this, there must have been some kind of inspiration or inspirational person in your life who you thought, okay, अरे, this person is doing it और मुझे करना है. कोई ऐसा आपको कोई याद हो?
Um, Very interesting question. But I'm not, of course, we all get inspired by people around us. But first of all, I would say it's my parents. My parents have learned to give and they taught us to give.
So I'm thoroughly like thrilled when I got to know your story, and in fact, I just wanted to share this on the camera as well. The reason why I got to know Poonam ji, it was once there was a just recently there was a networking event, and then we were having this conversation, three guys and your secretary, and then you were speaking to your staff, your secretary, in such a nice motherly manner, and then I thought that she is the mother. So when I was talking, I was talking. Somehow the husband was also sitting right opposite to me, and I said, "Is that your mother-in-law?" He says, "No, no, 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 that's her boss." And I'm like, कौन boss अपने staff से ऐसे बात करता है? I mean, I'm an entrepreneur myself. I want to talk to my staff in such a way, but then honestly speaking, I can't do it. Most of the time, I'm like, I fail. But when I saw that warmth, that gratitude, that everything was like so motherly, and then aura was there. And again, like I would like to say that it was only for 2 minutes when I saw you, and then when your secretary came, I said, "Please tell me more about this lady. Please tell me more about this lady." And then somehow some happened that I met someone else again. He's also uh, I know him. He knows a little bit about you as well. The moment I told him, I said, I'm going to interview Poonam ji, and he said, "Oh, Mother Teresa of Hong Kong." So, yes, no, so he said, "Mother Teresa." I said, "Please, I want to interview her and I want to know your
Since you
journey."
mentioned that we had a function
Right.
and our well known actor Akshay Kumar,
Okay.
yeah, so he said few kind words. Uh, the video was sent at the function. When I looked at it, I said, "Am I watching Kapil Sharma show, or am I really watching somebody?" He is the one who addressed me as Mother Teresa,
Oh,
but
wow.
I'm no one near Mother Teresa, though.
That's beautiful because there are not many people who see people like you don't know what you have done. You don't know what you have done. Somehow, somewhere, you inspire people like me. You inspire people, some other people, because I would really like to tap into this thing where uh, they are they are sayings, they are beliefs that insaniyat is gone, humanity is gone, it's dead. You can't trust another person. Very hard to trust, even though people will say these things when they say, what, you shouldn't be trusting any family members also, cousins and whatsoever. But looking at such a huge family you have, like the Kapoors of Hong Kong. You guys are the Kapoors of Hong Kong, I would say. Such a big family, and then you guys are demonstrating that this is also family. We are also family. We do have this humanity in ourselves as well. आप चलते फिरते inspiration. I would really love to say that. And
Thank you.
you're so modest. You will just say, you know what? No, 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 no. I'm not this person. But जिसको वो capture करना है ना, I'm here today just to extract that positivity from you only.
But when I get a compliment, my son in law always says, thank the Lord, which I say,
Right.
praise the Lord. But I do take a compliment. I just say, this is a prasad from God. This compliment doesn't come just like that. You can't give everybody, you know. So when anybody is giving a compliment, I should accept it, you know, and thank you for that. And I owe it to the Lord.
That's
So
true.
these are my words.
And somehow I don't know if you believe in that thing where people say, don't be harsh on yourself. If you have done something and then you've got the prasad already, you just say thank you and say, you know what, I will keep on doing it. Right?
Yes.
Because some people will be like, if I do it once and I don't have anything in return, then it doesn't motivate us. It doesn't motivate. It doesn't say that, you know what, kya milta hai?
Mm.
Right. So when you say that you see that something you did something and that thing has performed or you can see the results and then you say, you know what, maybe I just succeed a little bit out of that.
And I really feel very blessed that I meet such people. And not necessarily that everybody has a problem.
Uh-huh.
People come,
True, true, true. With a joy as well.
joyous people come, and when they come over here, I motivate them to do this and do that. And they motivate me also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do take in return also,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this is again one of the questions which I wanted to ask you later. Okay. So since see my the people who I invite on my show, they are most likely there already, who I call the top people, including yourself. Sometimes when we reach there, then we are vulnerable. We like, we already achieved what I wanted to achieve. Right? Do you think there's any ending to learning all these things?
I'm a learner.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You'll be surprised. I'm doing my PhD.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Paris University.
Right.
And I have crossed, I would covered few of my expectations from the school, and I have my thesis only to go.
Wow.
So I hope to finish it.
Look at
Uh,
that.
so when people say, what inspired you? I said, I write, I've gone to many workshops.
Right.
I've gone to St. Anthony,
Mm-hmm.
not St. Anthony, sorry, Anthony Robbins workshops
Right.
twice, and he makes you walk on the fire, which I have done.
Walk on the fire.
Yeah. There's a coal
Uh-huh.
and burning coal.
Okay.
It's a metaphor that you're afraid to do something, but
Right.
try it. So you walk.
Oh.
On the other end, you will see people who can rescue you if something happens.
Oh.
Okay. You have to watch this program.
Okay.
Yeah. I
So
met him in person.
it's like a Khatro ke Khiladi kind of thing.
So the also other programs that I have uh, gone, they say have a vision board.
Okay.
And can you see that is my vision board in yellow?
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Okay. Right.
So my vision was to open elderly home, be part
Mm.
of it, which we have done.
Right.
Then equal opportunity. I've been a member of Home Affairs Department for 6 years.
Wow.
And that's where I received these awards. And then I wanted to do my PhD. So you see,
Wow. So that you
I've
are
got my degree flying.
wow. Actually, ma'am, on that note, I would really, it's just something which I want people to actually believe in this thing because a friend of mine, he also shared the same thing with me. He's a good friend, like a brother. He told me, Dave, what you want to do? And then there were so many things which I wanted to do. I say, maybe I can do this. Or sometimes I just thought of copying. So, oh, this person is doing this. Maybe I can do the same as well. But the will was not there. I mean, it was not me who wanted to do that. So there was once he asked me to sit down, write what you want, big A5 papers. He said, whatever you're gonna write on this, it is gonna go on your wall. So every morning, every night, and I'm not bluffing you, I'm not, there's
I
no,
believe you.
you know, and I would sleep with looking at what that is, and I would wake up with what is that on the board, and which keeps on constantly
Adding,
pushing
yeah.
me. And I tell you, I have, from what I really wanted to be at that time, or maybe I can copy him or copy him. Today, I have nothing in connection to those things, but I'm doing something different, which is now I'm interviewing beautiful people like you, inspiring people like you, and I just want people to believe in this thing that if you write it down, or if you have, if you have that vision right in front of you, you will do it, and you have proved me right. So I'm not insane. My friend is not insane.
So these things, when you believe, I tell them. Also, we have sometimes workshop. I said, stand in front of the mirror, say, I'm the most handsome person. I'm knowledgeable. God has blessed me with this, 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 and count your blessings every morning.
That is so true,
And
man.
they do it.
That is so true. My next question on that, I actually wanted to ask you this question related to the first one, but then the first one you already answered, that if you believe in God or not.
Yeah.
So since when you said that, God can be in every form, could be Jesus, could be Waheguru, could be Allah, and so you believe in God, right? And when you just mentioned count on your blessings, uh, we are very blessed, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes I would say, I because I do also practice as a life coach, when clients come to me, and I will always tell them, like, do you believe in God? 80% of them, they will say, I yes, I do believe in God. And then I'll say, okay, show me how you pray. Okay, and then everyone will be like, hi, like, hi, God and all that. So there is one thing which I taught them, which I would like to, have it confirmed or validated from you also, if it's right or not. Where when I tell them, I say, when you pray, you always look up. Try looking down and see. There's so many people underneath you. There's so many people underprivileged. They're not privileged as you are. If you look down and then you say that, God, thank you very much.
You're
Right?
absolutely right. You're very right.
And I would say, that there are people out there who are willing to do like good for people, the community, and yet they don't want people to know
Yeah.
one. Right?
Very
You don't want people to know, and then, like, just how you mentioned before as well, off the mic we were talking, the importance of so many people in our life is just that you have to extract the positivity, extract what you want to extract, right?
true.
Could be negativity, could be positivity, right? So you extract positivity. Yeah, sometimes I also will, think, ouch, this is what happened, that is what happened. But then when I look back to, again, it's not being harsh on ourselves, I would say. It's sometimes you have to say that, what, you're still breathing, more than
Exactly.
enough. See, they're still breathing.
You wake up, you say, God, I'm still breathing.
Yeah, because there was I think 3 days, 2 to 3 days ago, something really bad happened, and then my niece, she came from US, and then she goes, "Mama ji, are you okay?" I said, "Well, still breathing,
Yes, yes.
still breathing, and
You know
we'll
what
go
people
through this."
complain, sorry to interrupt,
No, please.
बहुत गर्मी है, फिर बहुत ठंडी है, आज बारिश है. So it's raining. All four seasons they'll talk something or the other. I said, poor God. He's sitting there, he has nothing to do. So he's sending the rain, he's sending the storm,
Purposely torturing you.
and he's doing his job, and you accept it. Then when it's raining, you go to another country. When it is cold, you go to another country.
Exactly.
Shukr karo, Baba, you have a roof.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing all those
Very
insights and all
welcome.
that.
Very welcome.
Ma'am, we were also talking about this one word, जिसका मीनिंग मुझे, before I didn't know that meaning also, and you also agreed that your father used to say that word, but then you didn't know the meaning of that word. But eventually, when you dig deep and then you got to know the meaning of that word, it's very important. Could you please share with my audience? The word is integrity.
Okay, a good question, and it's very close to my heart. When, as little kids, when I was growing up, my father used this word, integrity. At that time, it was so meaningless to me, As he grew older, I tried to search what this meaning was. It says, do your work. Don't expect anything. Don't even let people see what you're doing. Only the Lord is seeing. You're only accountable to one and only one. He knows what you're doing. So you don't have to display yourself. मैंने ये किया or I did this and I did that, Do it. and don't expect anything.
Right.
That's important.
Exactly. And do you believe that sometimes when people say कि अरे उसको मिल गया मुझे नहीं मिला, I worked so hard on this thing and this person got it just like that only, right? But do you believe somehow there's hard work in there also, or it's just blessings and luck?
No, no. This happens when actors get awards.
Okay.
There's a game behind it, right? So here, if you go to see, there's no game. जिसको मिलना है, which is rightly for someone, they get it. You know, nobody gets more or nobody gets less. It has been pre-planned that this person is going to get this, this, and all that. Even when you're talking about a wealth, you know, some people are so rich. Oh, this person is so rich. You know, why I'm not rich like this person? You know, मेरे नसीब में ये है, मेरे को मिला. खुश रहो. Whatever as share has come in your life, count your blessings. Maybe you don't have so much wealth. You have wealth of children, friends, people that you know, people you don't know. Even they are blessing you. Got connected to people. Uh, I don't know whom I met.
So you connect with people. This is how it works, na ma'am. You connect with good people, and then you become positive, and then you inspire a lot
I
of other
spread.
people.
Yeah,
है ना?
yeah, yeah.
So this is beautiful, right? So do you like people nowadays? Again, their beliefs has changed. Um, People are going into depression. Okay, there's something related to to your profession now, since you're a counselor. Just wanted to tap into this thing more, where people are getting depressed, people are giving up very easily.
Yes.
Of course, I do know there are circumstances happened in this world. COVID is one of the examples, the recessions are one of them. But then how did the older generation manage to deal with this and then still their heart strong?
That's a very interesting question. You have to remember one thing. Older generation, they lived in a large family,
Okay.
right? Brothers, sisters, uncle, auntie, or even they were married, sister-in-law, mother-in-law.
Ji.
At least there'll be one person in that family who has empathy for you if you've gone through something. So that person holds you.
Okay.
अच्छा कोई तो है on my side.
And that means a lot, right?
So that time they were counseling, but they didn't know the word counsel.
Ji, ji, ji.
They were doing it because they had the wisdom. They had love for that person or empathy थी
Ji.
to do it. Nothing in return. मेरी जैसी छोटी बहन है, she's like my sister, and she's going through so much rough time. There's one person to. My mother-in-law was like that. She was my backbone.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Anything.
So your go-to person.
During that time, she saw rough times also, but she stood by me. If anybody had to say anything for me, she says, "इधर उसको बिठा के काट के फेंकेगी." Those were her words, you know.
You were so blessed with such a beautiful mother.
Very, very, very beautiful mother. So these are the things that I said. Kuch, I must have done something right in my last janam, if you believe in it.
I believe in janams, but
Yeah.
I said everything happens in this janam.
Yeah.
I'm a strong believer. You do hard work, you focus on what you want, and you will achieve that.
You're right.
Will वो थोड़ी सी फिल्मी सी कहानी like story है कि अगर if it's not a good ending, it's not a ending. That is what I believe. I sincerely believe in that.
Yeah.
If it's not a good ending, it's
But
not an ending.
every story that begins has an ending.
Has an ending.
It has an ending. And then if you look at it, whatever the ending is, see, let's face it, nobody wants to be poor,
Yes.
right? I know a lady who says, Mrs. Mehta, आप बोलते हैं सब ठीक हो जाएगा. मेरी जैसी गरीबी किसने नहीं देखी है. She used to work in, those people who build buildings.
जी.
उस सर पे रख के
Oh, जी. Construction
Reti
workers,
and all
right?
that.
जी.
She would say, my son and my daughter would be on the street, and sitting on the mud, the concrete
जी.
uh,
Concrete, yeah.
sand. And you are talking about this thing. मेरे से पूछो ना. So that's very painful.
True.
You can't help. You can only help them to a certain extent.
Right.
But I can't get her a house, I can't get her a car, I can't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But somehow you have already helped them. Like I said, hard work, na. You have to do. There's a story which I wanted to share. There was a story by my there's an auntie, there's a lady who I know, and then I asked her this. Sometimes I do doubt myself when I say, hard work. Does it really pay off? Hard work. And then she said she's a very, very strong believer in hard work as well. She said, yes, it does pay off. I said, but there are some people I see maybe in India and Pakistan, people are, so hardworking. वो रिक्शा चलाते हैं. They do such hard work and all that. And do you think the hard work is being paid? She goes, I know one person who used to like work as a rickshaw driver, and then I helped him. She said I just helped him a little bit here and there, and then today he has a bungalow, he has a house in Pakistan, he has his own car. Okay, because I helped him, he worked extra hard, and then he made something out of that. So you say maybe if you see the people are still doing that rickshaw and all from the day they were born and then until the end of the day, maybe they have not achieved that. Maybe they have not really worked hard. जो उनका बनता था उन्होंने वो नहीं किया अभी तक. But this is a lifetime story. She says, I know that person. I can even interview. You can even interview that person. That I just helped him little bit. और उसने किया और उसके बाद उसने बच्चे को पढ़ाया, अपने बच्चों को एजुकेशन दिया और उसके बाद the kids became something also. So that is also hard work for the dad, right? So they never gave up. So that's what I wanted to validate from you. Coming from you would mean a lot, right? So hard work is one
Right.
thing that people have to keep on doing, constantly doing it until, because only you know.
Yeah.
That's,
Very
I'm writing a book also. It's called You Within Yourself. It's only you know what you want actually. You know what you want. Other than that, no, you and the God.
Yes.
Only two people.
Yeah. Oh,
Integrity.
relationship है.
Right?
उसके साथ
Ah.
मेरे बोलते हैं ना my relation. So with that, I would say even the smallest or I would say I wouldn't say an age or all that, a person who's working for you, whether he's a caretaker or he's a sweeper and all that,
G.
make sure God is in him. I have a place in Bombay,
G.
and this fellow would come to gather the garbage. So my helper would say, "Mummy, कचरे वाला आया है." I said, "कि उसको नाम नहीं है क्या? Doesn't he have a name? Why you call him कचरे वाला?" So I called him. I said, "आपका नाम क्या है?" He said, "प्रभु." I said, "प्रभु हाथ जोड़ते हो, मेरे घर में प्रभु आया है."
Right.
So I would say, then once he got his son, it was what I do is during winter time,
G.
I buy blankets and give them.
Okay.
And Diwali time, sari.
Right.
So one little boy who used to sweep, I would say, "Aao idhar, बैठो idhar." So I brought the blanket, I put for him, and I folded my hands and thanked him for sweeping the. If you all are not there, we would be in dirt, in the garbage, So
I tell you.
then this Mr. Burji, that Mrs. Shroff's husband was there. He says, "Look at you, you touch his feet." I said, "Yeah, ये नहीं होते तो क्या होता? हमारा हाल कितना
That is
गंदा
so
होता था."
true. Ma'am, इसी के ऊपर ना, I just wanted to bring one thing. I was in Malaysia last year, my cousin brother's wedding. आपको पता है कि wedding के अंदर कितने ज़्यादा गंद वगैरह पड़ता है and all that. And then after the wedding, when there was so much of trash and all that lying over there, these cleaners they came. And they managed to help us clean everything. So my Mossy, she gave them extra money. And then there's someone who said, why are you giving them so much of money? This is,
The job.
yeah, this is their job. They will get paid. She says, I give you money. Will you do this job? Right? She says, will you do this job if I pay you money? No. You need to have this heart to do this job also. Even though they are getting money, no problem.
No,
They are not stealing. They're not doing
they're
anything
working
harmful.
hard. Yeah.
They're working very hard. from that day onwards, any person, you would see me if I walk down on the road also. Sometimes, if I'm feeling good and all that, I will thank them. They will look at me, kya hua? Chinese log, they will say, what happened? I'm like, thank you. If you were not there, the hygiene was not supposed to be there. I mean, nahi hoga na?
When you go to the public toilets
Ji, 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 ji.
or even any toilets, they are sitting for hours
Yes,
cleaning.
they sit inside there, na?
Yeah, they sit there. Then Chinese New Year, I make sure I go and meet them.
Okay.
You know, I like to, because then it's not bribing. It is the
Ji,
culture.
ji, ji, ji,
It's the
ji.
culture. You can't
Right,
give them
right,
otherwise, you
right.
know.
That before you can't, yeah. But again, this, off the mic, we were also talking when we were saying that helpers in our lives nowadays also, we have this assurance that this helper is going to take care of our loved ones. They are going to take care of our children's, elderly people, and this gives us this comfort to step out of the house and go and find bread and butter, right? With this assurance that this helper is going to take care of my
Yeah.
stuff, right? So why don't we treat them nicely?
I have people who have had problems. They
Ji.
come to me.
Mhm.
Say, I said, see, I won't interfere in somebody's life.
Ji.
You tell me what you want. I cannot go and tell your employer what to do, what not to do.
Ji.
You decide what you want to do. That is very important. So, on Mother's Day, a big family has so many helpers. I make sure we celebrate Mother's Day with them. Because I said they need to be crowned, not you. Because they've helped you and this your own treasure you live with them, you are where you are today,
True.
making money. And I make them sit, I put a little flower crown for them, I give them a glass of wine, give them a gift, and we enjoy.
That means a lot to them, right?
Yeah.
Because they have their family somewhere else.
You see that letter over there?
Ji, ji.
My helper's daughter has written that letter
Wow.
thanking me for looking after her mother.
No way.
There's the- yeah.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
beautiful.
So these are my treasures, you know.
Yeah, handwritten letter. See, this means a lot, na ma'am, because you do something, and I always believe in this one thing where you treat someone the way you want to be treated.
Well
And your
said.
loved one wants
Very
to be
well
treated.
said.
है ना?
Very well said.
So this is like
Even Bible says that.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, because again, sometimes when I'm on the road, I must admit I used to get agitated. I used to get irritated when I see someone old. Maybe I'm rushing for work, and then I'll see someone who's old who's walking very slow, and I would say, "Arey yaar, jaldi," and all that. And there was a time when it hit me when I was with my mother on the escalator when she was going to get off the escalator. Then she was a little slow, and then I bumped into her, and I'm like, "Mom, chola jaldi," and all that. She said, "I'm old,"
Yeah.
you know. And that is when I realized that that old person is not doing on purpose. He or she also is trying their best. And then my point of view changed on when I look on these things, and I thank them every morning. If I see my neighbors, I will look at them, I'll smile at them. One of the reasons why I do this is I thank them, because they are somehow teaching me at this age also. They are walking, they are doing something,
Yeah.
and it gives me this assurance that if when I reach this age, somehow if I reach this age, I won't be vulnerable. I will have something to do also. And yes, one more thing, that I treat them the way how I want other people to treat my loved ones, my mom, my dad, when
Yeah.
they grow much more older, when they
Right.
will be not really easy to commute and all that, then I want this thing to go back to them also. Okay, oh yaar, wo dharti pe boj and all that. So I don't want that to happen to them. So that's why I started doing this thing first, and hopefully throughout this, this my platform, people will learn that also, that old
Yes.
people actually have not. I'm not saying that you're old, but you
I
have gone through
am.
so
I'm
much.
80 years old. I
You are
just
80
said-
years old?
I'm 80. I just celebrated my birthday.
No way. Happy belated birthday, man. But 80
Thank you,
years
thank you.
old. But wow. So yeah, I just want people to learn that there's humanity still there. We all have to do a little bit of it.
Well said. You know, people may read books, but
Ji.
when they see practically something happening,
Ji.
it clicks.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
They only remember when something practical
Yeah, when they
is
see
seen.
that, no?
Yeah.
Ji.
Even children, teacher may talk, but when there are projects, they put their hands and they
Ji,
do it.
yeah.
They remember better.
True, true, true.
Yeah.
It's like more fascinating for them, na, that something is happening actually.
Yeah.
है ना?
No, they're so involved.
Yeah.
They're so involved that they remember that better than reading a book.
True, true, true. Yes, we just create memories for them. And it is beautiful, ma'am. It's so beautiful talking to you. I
Thank you
tell
for
you.
choosing me.
No, ma'am.
But
I had to. But yeah, this thing is gonna go so long. But we have to,
and
have a.
now,
And now, I know you know your time is very valuable. And then before we leave, I just want you to tell me two things. Number one is what is next for you. You're 80 already. You're not planning to retire. I can see that. And number two, a message for my viewers, be it they are young people out there, youth, people in my at my age, mid age, and the elderly people also. Just these two things.
yeah, first of all, I would say be independent. Even our children will hold our hand and all that. As much as you can walk
Ji.
and you don't need support, please do it. Do small, small, I'm talking about the elderly people.
Ji.
Be part of the household affairs.
Right.
Okay, you may not stand and do it. When my mother was living, she passed away at 82. I would give her some vegetables to cut
Okay.
because then her, instead of going for therapy, this was the first therapy she would get,
Mm-mm.
you know. So I would always keep her busy in that. And she herself says, "You have so many people to work for you, you're giving me." I said, "Look, I'm giving you because of your goodness, for your health." Today, I wake up in the morning, my helper doesn't like me coming into the kitchen. Not that she doesn't like me, but she wants me to rest. But before she wakes up, I go to the kitchen. I tell her, I'll cut a little bit, I will cook. It's a therapy. Cooking is a therapy. And without being boastful, I am a good cook. And I love cooking for my family, you know. And many of them will come and learn from me, the helpers and all that. So for old people, I would say if you can get involved, but zip your mouth. You don't have to dictate. You should do this and you should do that. Many old people will have their way of doing it.
Ji.
So let the children have their independence. Let them cook the way they want to cook. Let them be in the kitchen and take care of the kitchen the way they want. But you also be part of it.
Ji.
So you're involved, they're happy, that you're not a burden on them. Not that they want you to do it, but this is very important.
Right.
Talking about middle age, you know, you never know how long is your life, first of all.
Ji.
You know, people today's time, they're just going like this. You hear so many deaths,
True.
young people, gone. So, first of all, keep yourself secure. Age, you have come with that ticket, you're born, and you'll go on that day. Nobody's to be blamed. Nobody is the reason for dying or going away from this world. It's pre planned for them. So, secure yourself, do the best you can, you know. We'll say, when I grow old, I'll do this. When I grow at this age, I'll do this. No, don't count at that time. Do what you can do now. Even a simple smile, being nice to people, or even your own spouse. Appreciate each other. Everybody is so busy running here and there. Spend time with your children. Those moments don't come again. And also, don't do everything that you say you don't deserve. You also deserve. Think of yourself. Keep your cup full. Love yourself. This is very important. Then you're talking about the young kids. We become role models to them.
Right.
They
Right.
see what we do. If a man is using abusive language, what will the child do? I think it's fine.
Yes.
I can use it on anyone. Same with the woman. If she's using abusive language or treating the helper poorly, they say that's part of life. I can also do it.
Oh yes, very true.
Yeah. So women do that. You know, they feel I'm the boss. I can treat the helper the way I want. Then it's the mother-in-law also. How they treat their. You try and treat your helper nicely. Anyone? Sometimes she will say, you know, or even your daughter-in-law. At least she'll feel my mother-in-law is so nice to me. I should. And it's the other way around. So it's give and take. There's nothing here, nothing there. Give and take. Treat people that they are humans. They have feelings. The daughter-in-law comes leaving her parents. Time to adjust, you know. So give her time. Children, when they go from kindergarten to primary and then secondary, the transition is so difficult for them.
Gee, true.
So
true,
even
true.
for us, the transition is very difficult. You have to consider that everybody comes from different walks of life and the perception is different.
True. Yeah. Perception ki baat, yeah. It's like if I draw a 9 here, it's 9 for me, but it's a 6 for you.
Exactly.
Right? So we have
So
to.
think of their perception, where they come from.
Gee.
If a daughter-in-law is going to work, when she comes back, the mother-in-law expects her to be in the kitchen, right? But she doesn't realize at work she's so busy.
True.
She has so much responsibility at work. She wants to come and relax,
Yeah.
you know. So if you're doing it, if you were doing it for your own daughter, you do it for your daughter.
True, true, true. Yeah, very true, no? Very true. If you can do it for your own daughter, why can't you do it for someone else's daughter?
And they can
which you're picking?
participate in light work, setting up the table or
Gee, gee,
taking
gee.
the plates inside. And then you're fortunate you have help or you're not washing
Gee,
dishes.
yeah, true, 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 true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just simple things, na, ma'am. But
Very
people just, I don't know why, when it comes to them, they don't want to think about this thing. But it's like so simple and straightforward. Right, ma'am. So, abhi last में, what is next for you? At the age of 80, what is next for you?
See, I've decided
Gee,
I will I'll stay with Be the Chain to my last breath.
okay.
You know,
Gee.
मुझे घर में बैठने का नहीं आता है. कभी कभी, sometime I'm not well. Everybody says you stay home. Children say you stay home. Go to doctors. I said okay. घर में बैठ क्या करेगी? You know, nothing exciting.
Right.
And then I sit at home. I clean the cupboards. I go to the kitchen. I do all these things. I even Sundays I sit and sweep the floor and wash the bathroom. So वही मैं करेगी. So why not? ये मंदिर में आ जाऊँ. I think this is my temple.
Yes.
And I come here and when I see these children,
It excites you, and then
you know, when I see these children, they give me so much energy. सब बोलते हैं ना इतनी एनर्जी कहाँ से आई है इन लोग से इतना बरस बच्चों को पढ़ाया तो ये एनर्जी यहाँ से आई है.
Right. And hopefully वो भी आपसे यही लेके जाएंगे. तो कहेंगे यार ये मैम इतनी देर तक ये कर रही है तो why not
But
us?
I'm strict with them.
Okay.
When they misbehave, all I have to do is go and stand there. Then I tell them, I'm going to keep my photo over there. You look at my photo and say, there's Mrs. Mehta.
She's still watching you.
And whenever they give a talk, you know, this is, yeah, Mrs. Mehta has helped us a lot, but she's very strict. So everybody starts laughing. And they believe it.
I tell you. Yes, strict भी होना पड़ता है कभी-कभी. We have to
होना
tell
पड़ता
them.
है.
Discipline करना पड़ता
I've been
है.
very strict with my own children also.
Is it? लगता नहीं मैम. लगता नहीं है. I hope I don't see the angry side of you.
Why? Because my kids say, you know, Mom, you were very strict on us. I said, okay. Result देखो ना अच्छा ही है ना.
Exactly. Result देखो ना. That is so true. Result देखो, and then of course, at the end of the day, if you don't regret what you do, what else is
I
there?
don't know.
Right?
I don't know. घर पे जाएगी, खाना खाएगी, और टीवी देखेगी. You know, I learned from कौन बनेगा करोड़पति.
कौन बनेगा करोड़पति?
People who come on that platform.
जी.
कितनी दुख भरी स्टोरी है सबकी. You know, किसका पैर नहीं चलता है, किसकी आंखें नहीं चलती, किसकी माँ बाप का कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. तो ऐसे I tell my husband also, look at them, how courageous they are. How courageous they are.
True.
हम लोग को थोड़ा कुछ होता है, ओ इधर लगा और इधर लगा और इधर दर्द हुआ. You know, we only count our pains. So
True.
get out of the house,
Yes.
no pain.
True.
Come here.
Well, on that note, ma'am, again, thank you so much.
I want to thank you
It's an
for
honor.
choosing me.
No, ma'am, choose हमने नहीं किया है. भगवान ने मुझे choose किया है to meet you,
Thank you.
to tell more about you, to learn more about you, first of all, and keep on inspiring. Like I mentioned few times in the interview as well, that you don't know that when you are on the streets, you are inspiring a lot of people.
Thank you.
इंसानियत को जिंदा रखते हो आप. And this is what
I
I
like
would
that.
love to say.
You
ठीक
can
है?
have
Yes.
my book.
Oh yes, and this book, it's called Joyful Journey on a Bumpy Road. Very nice. So guys, please, if you would like to learn more about Poonam ji, you can go and purchase her book. I'll let you guys know where to get this from, and yeah, learn her journey. Uh, Not only learning, practicing that is very important as well.
Put in
Right?
action.
Put an action.
Put in action.
Put an action on that, and yes, and I hope to work with you, ma'am, in the future to
Sure.
learn from you, to how to do the
Anytime.
not talk.
Whatever I have, I want to share.
Yes, please. That would
Yeah.
be an honor. That would be an honor. That would
मैं
be a
क्या
blessings.
बोलती हूँ, एक
जी.
कैन है, डब्बा है,
जी.
उसमें बहुत कुछ अंदर है.
Right.
एक्सपायरी डेट के पहले ही मैं दे दूंगी खोल के.
Okay.
एवरी कैन हैज एक्सपायरी डेट.
जी.
फिर तो फेंकना पड़ता है ना.
True.
तो मेरे को फेंकना नहीं है, ऐसे यूज करना.
यूज करना है. Make it useful. Right. वो कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि मैं मर जाऊंगा पर ये काम नहीं आऊंगा. पर आप बोलते हैं नहीं, मैं किसी काम लगा के जाऊंगी. And that is beautiful.
Come, I show you my
Yes.
dance painting class 2 minutes.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Anyways, bye bye, guys, for now.
Bye-bye.
And we look forward to see you next time. And keep smiling, have fun. And जैसे मैम ने भी पहले बोला था कि थोड़ा कपिल शर्मा का कॉपी करने वाला हूँ मैं, बट अपने आसपास सफाई रखिए, और जो हेल्पर्स हैं, जो क्लीनर्स हैं आपके पास, जो whoever is doing all these,
उनको पहले सैल्यूट कीजिए.
yes, salute them and thank them, because if you are getting paid to do that job, if you're not willing to do that, they are doing that job for you. It means a lot. Thank you once again. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks, man. Oh yes, and one more thing, guys. Again, if you know anyone whose story is worth sharing, you think this person has inspired you, motivated you, or spread positivity, please do let me know, as I would love to have them on my show to use this platform to spread happiness and positivity. Cheers.